Hi guys, my name is Regnal and I'm a hybrid shooter based in Mumbai. If this is the first time you are here, then let me start by saying welcome to the channel. I hope you are doing well wherever you are. Today I have the Tamron 28 to 200 f2.8 to f5.6 for review. Shout out going to the Reliable Store for hooking me up with this lens as soon as it was available here in Mumbai. Do check them out for all your photo and video needs. They are amazing guys. Their links are in the description. However, this is not a paid promotion. So with that out of the way, let's get this review started. Right off the bat, if you have ever seen or used any of Tamron's amazing lenses for the Sony E-mount, you will see a similar build quality across the entire range. Tamron have used this composite plastic material to make the lens that keeps it relatively light. This super zoom weighs only 575 grams and balances really well on the A7 III. You have the zoom ring in front over here and the lens is at its shortest at 28 millimeter, and as you zoom towards 200 millimeter the lens extends out. So this is the fully extended lens. You have your focus ring at the back here, which is a focus by wire, and you have a lock button over here that locks the lens at 28 millimeters. The lens is weather sealed, which is always good to have. All of the lenses in the Tamron lineup have the 67 millimeter front filter thread. So from the 17 to 28, 28, 75, 70, 180 and the 20, 24 and 35 primes, all of them have the same front filter thread. So you can just buy one set of filters and use them across all the lenses, which is a really nice touch. Also, as this is a variable aperture lens, the lens is at its widest at 28 millimeter, gives you the aperture of f2.8, and as you zoom out and once you reach 200 millimeters, the aperture closes down to f5.6. So that is something you have to keep in mind, especially for video, as your frame will get darker due to the variable aperture. Now I'm at 28 millimeter and f2.8. Once I come close to 35, the aperture changes to f3.2. Now I am closing 50 millimeters, the aperture changes to f3.5. Around 70 millimeters it goes to f4. 100 millimeters f4.5. 135 millimeters f5. And just before 200 millimeters it goes to f5.6, and now we are at 200 millimeters. So here one thing to keep in mind is if you are shooting at in low light situations, or if you want the wider aperture, the minute you zoom in a bit, your aperture value is going to change, which is going to change your exposure as well. Now this being a variable aperture super zoom lens, at 28 millimeter I'm at f2.8, and this is the field of view that you get. Now at 35, and as you start zooming in, your aperture value will drop. 35 is f2.8. By the time I'm 50, I'm at 3.5. By the time I'm 70, I'm at f4. At 100 millimeters now, and f4.5. 135 millimeter is f5, and at 200 mil, I'm at f5.6. Here you will notice my exposure value as shown by the meter is minus 1.7. That's because obviously my aperture has closed down from 2.8 to 5.6. Now as I zoom out, and my aperture also opens up, and so does my exposure value. Tamron have definitely got Sony's secret sauce over here when it comes to the autofocus, and I mean, this really is an unbelievably well autofocusing lens. At 28 mil, I am currently set to center autofocus point at f2.8, and it just nails focus. Now coming to 50 mil, Again, there is no surprise here how good the autofocus of this lens is. Shouldn't come as any surprise to anybody. Now at 135 and still just nails focus. It is absolutely unbelievable and crazy. Oops, yeah, there we are. Completely, I'm here in side lit and backlit situation, so this should challenge the lens a little bit, but it is just brilliantly well. Now just shifting to 200 mil, and again, no surprise here. Focus is almost instantaneously. I'm at almost close focus distance right now, and there it again just nails the focus. So of course, if you have good lighting, all lenses, autofocus performs really well. So rather than giving you the same old good quality, I'm trying a backlit situation here, which is extremely difficult for some lenses to focus on. But again, there is no surprise here. This lens is just killing it right now. Tamron have done something really amazing here. They have the secret sauce from Sony when it comes to autofocus, and this is I'm absolutely speechless. This is crazy, and we are in a completely backlit situation over here. The image quality that this lens delivers is very good regardless of the focal length I was shooting at. Now keep in mind, this is a super zoom and a compact one at that. There is a lot of glass inside this lens. Honestly, I don't know how Tamron have managed to pull this off at this price point. There is a hint of chromatic aberration in contrasty edges, but nothing that cannot be fixed in post. Here is an extreme example. I went out of the way to try and get it, and I still had to pixel peep. I honestly have nothing bad to say here. It performs as the other Tamron lenses made for the E-mount that I have used in the past with the A7 bodies. Focus is spot on and accurate. The eye autofocus works as advertised. In photo mode, I can confidently say I had 95% plus accuracy. The lens had no problems in communicating with the A7 III. It would automatically switch between eye detect to area autofocus. I barely had any shots out of focus. It nailed focus every time. Here I'd like to point out something that I have learned. It is important to know the different autofocus modes do and when to use them. To sum up my experience with the 28 to 200, there were a few things that I kind of felt that would have been really nice to have. Namely, one thing being image stabilization in the lens. That was something I was really hoping for in this particular lens, but then I do understand that that would make the lens bigger and it would definitely increase the cost. The bokeh at times was a little bit busy for my taste, but again, it is expected with a lens like this. On the other side, the autofocus was worked brilliantly well. The image quality was excellent for photo and for video, and having such a lightweight lens with such a useful zoom range was just unbelievable. In conclusion, it is incredibly rare for me to shoot an entire day with just one lens. I think that is what Tamron were going for when they made this lens. I enjoyed using this lens for the few days that I had it, and trust me, it beats carrying around an entire bag full of lenses with you, so that was a huge plus for me. That was my take on the Tamron 28 to 200 f 2.8 to 5.6 super zoom lens. Do let me know in the comments what you guys think, and if you found this review useful, please do like and subscribe, and as always, I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.